decided she would teach me how to drive. I didn't see the problem with that at first. I mean, I'd have to spend time with her, and that's never good. But in the long run, I'd be able to drive the car by myself when it was all over. That actually meant less time with her, since she wouldn't have to drive me places. Who will drive whom crazy first? Driving Lessons by Carolyn West. So she started to teach me how to drive. But it wasn't like, step on the gas when you gotta go and then brake when you want to stop. No, she said stuff like, there's a stop sign at the corner, put your brake on now. Or, children are playing on the sidewalk. You never know when one might dash out to the street. You'd better slow down. And she'd say it in this mom voice, which was like a drill digging into my skull. She'd say things like, see the minivan? And I'd say, the one 2 blocks ahead? Yes, it has its brake lights on. Put your brakes on too. And all the time her voice was boring into my brain. Oh, there's an airplane overhead. Be careful, it might crash. Well, maybe not that bad, but you get the point. And my goodness, if I made one little mistake, she'd yell at me like I'd sold government secrets to Chinese spies. Her voice would get higher and louder. You have to pay attention at all times. You can't wave to friends when you're going around sharp curves, like our lives were at stake or something. The yelling was bad, but at least it was a break from the mom voice. Opera singing is better than the mom voice. We'd drive along and she'd jabber on. Oh, there's a school zone overhead. Slow down to 15 miles per hour. And I'd think, shut up, shut up. And she'd say, look out for the squirrel. And I'd think, what do I have to do to shut your face up? Drive into a brick wall? Of course, I didn't say it out loud. I know my mother. She'd take it the wrong way. Whenever we got home from one of these lessons, I'd beg my dad, please, please, for the love of God, just teach me how to drive. My dad taught my brother how to drive, and so he was just like, no thank you, I don't need that aggravation. The lessons with my mother continued. Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's another thing. She'd wake me up at 8 o'clock every Saturday morning to go driving. Who wakes up at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning? That woman is just not sane. And she kept talking to me. That voice started following me around in my dreams. Step on the brake, watch out, slow down. I wasn't getting any rest. I began chewing my fingernails and I developed a facial tic. I had to do something before I lost my mind, so I figured it out. Instead of letting her use the mom voice, I'd make her use the screaming voice. I drove really close to parked cars. That made her gasp. I took curves at higher and higher speeds. That made her yell. I took curves at really fast speeds while driving close to parked cars. That's what did it. That made her scream. It was like music to my ears. One time I was able to get the car up on 2 wheels. I'm not sure what shrieked louder. The tires or my mom. When we got home, she was the one to beg my dad how to drive. He still said no. My dad can be so stubborn. It was fun messing with my mother. The mom voice went away. No more bad dreams. Only pitfall with the screaming was it left a ringing in my ears. But that, okay, I could live with that. I didn't realize there was a problem until about 2 months later. We were on our Saturday morning driving lesson, and I asked, hey, when can I take the driver's lesson? My mom raised her head up high and said rather smoothly, young lady, with the way you've been driving recently, I'm not sure you will ever be able to take it. So that was our game. I was going to have to behave if I wanted to get my license. So I played the part of the good girl. I wore pink and I put my hair up in pigtails. When she said, do this or stop that, I said very politely, yes, mommy dearest. Of course, the mom voice came back. I dealt with it as best as I could. I started grinding out my teeth as a way to drown out the noise. It kind of worked, but I had to stop. The dentist said I was in danger of wearing the enamel off my molars. Finally, she said I was able to take the driver's test. Thank you. No more lessons. We went to the police barracks one morning during spring break. My mom got out of the car, and the cop got in. He was stern-looking and quiet. Really quiet. Like he didn't say anything. So I started the car, and I waited for him to say, here comes the stop sign, put your brake on. But he didn't say a word, and I didn't know when to start braking. At the last moment, I realized I was going to run the stop sign, so I slammed on the brakes. We were jolted forward and back. I had a red mark from the shoulder strap. I'm surprised the airbag didn't deploy. I was waiting for the yelling. At this point, my mom would have started yelling, but the cop was quiet. He just made a note on his clipboard. That's when I figured it out. All the times my mom was talking, I heard her, but I never really listened. She was saying, when you're this far away from a stop sign, you have to start braking. I would brake, but I didn't know how far away we were. Needless to say, I did not do well on that test. I believe I hold the record for the lowest score anyone has ever gotten in a driving test anywhere in the world. Mom drove home saying, "That's okay, you can take the test again." But I knew I wasn't going to. The only way I can pass the test, the only way I can drive at all, is if my mother is in the car telling me what to do, telling me in that voice of hers, that mom voice, the voice that makes me want to gouge out my eardrums with ice picks. Thank you.